Welcome to another special edition of Prescription Fantasy Football. As you all know, I'm your host, Dr. H. And today, we have a great interview set up with a very controversial figure, New England quarterback Thomas Brady. Joining us on the Pepto Bismol hotline, we're going to get right into things here. Now, Tom, I heard a lot of people, when you were coming out of high school and college, as far as scouts looking at you and analyzing your game, a lot of them were concerned that you were, well, a homo. They saw you, patting your teammates on the butt one too many times, goosing them with your thumb in the anus, even kissing them behind closed doors. What do you have to say about that?
Basically, they're saying that I don't look like an NFL quarterback. I mean, do I still look like an NFL quarterback? I think I've grown into that a little bit more. But at the same time, I haven't changed that much.
But Tom, you obviously did, though, get accepted and recruited by Michigan. Is it true that you sent nude photographs to a lot of the coaches and personnel to put you ahead of the other candidates for the job?
Oh, my God, that was the reason. I mean, nobody would have ever... I know Michigan certainly wouldn't have seen it. Nobody would have seen it. I mean, I was a dime a dozen, I think. I was a good athlete at a local level.
Wow, that's pretty sick, Tom. Now, you obviously have lots of great Super Bowl memories and moments, but one of your fondest memories was something we talked about earlier. What was it like after the game in 2002 when you actually walked in on Ben Watson banging Bill Belichick up the butt?
I was standing right. I was probably 10 yards from that, and that was the loudest collision I've ever heard.
Now, just like you sending those sex tapes to college scouts in order to get the position at Michigan, you obviously had to have done something in order to get the starting job for the Patriots. Is it true you sucked a little cock to the coaching staff, i.e. teabagging Bill Belichick?
I mean, you go from the backup quarterback to win the Super Bowl in 5 months. I mean, you can't write that. You can't. There's no script for that. I mean, it just doesn't happen.
Jesus, I guess there's nothing that's crossing the line for you, Tom. Something else that was really disgusting earlier you mentioned is you've held back on it up until now, but is it true you're sexually attracted to your dog? And what stopped you up until now from, well, going for it?
It'd be too easy to do.
Wow, that's really gross, Mr. Brady. So, point blank then, you're definitely a homosexual, but you don't speak about it that much. How come?
I mean, I don't need to say it. Let other people say it. It sounds so much better.
Wow, very interesting stuff, Tom. Now, I heard you did something really weird one time. You really crossed the line here. What happened when you were caught by your teammates making love to Bob Kraft on the 50-yard line at Gillette Stadium?
I got more crap for that than I've done for anything in the last 4 years.
Bob Kraft? No wonder your teammates are giving you shit. So where are you getting your sexual action from these days, Tom?
From all my teammates.
So lastly, Tom, I'm going to ask you something that I know all of America's wanting to know. Did you really cheat in order to win all those Super Bowls?
Oh, yeah.
And are you really then, I guess, just dating Giselle as a cover-up for your gayness?
Oh, yeah.
Is Peyton Manning that much better than you?
Oh, yeah.
So Peyton Manning is definitely the better quarterback between the two of you.
Oh, yeah.
And lastly, Tom, do you still wet the bed?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, who would have known? Such an interesting character that Mr. Tom Brady is. Well, we're running out of time here, so that's going to do it for our Wednesday special edition interview on Prescription Fantasy Football. I'm your host, as usual, Dr. H. Look forward to joining you this week on another preview edition of Prescription Fantasy Football. Have a good weekend, folks. Dr. H is out.